Hello everyone, this is Kelly and I'd like to welcome you to the Honeybee Stamps Spring Bliss Video Hop. Now you will find lots of information in the description box below. It'll tell you which designers to hop to next, how to win prizes, and so on. Today I am going to start this hop with a video request. I had a request from one of our Honeybee Stamps friends to do a demo on how to use these stencils. This is new to our Spring Bliss release. There is the grassy hillside builder set and then just the hillside builder stencil. Now, as I mentioned, it's a 2 stencil set. Both of these stencils have 4 sides, and they also both have those etched grid lines. Now, this is how I like to use my grassy stencil. So I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to start kind of up there where those blades of grass are, and I'm going to pull that ink down onto the paper that is exposed below. So I just have a little bit of Mowed Lawn Distress Oxide ink on my brush, and you can see how easy that is in real time just to brush on that color, and then you have a great little place to nestle your Easter bunnies or your critters or just a great sentiment. Now the next thing I'm going to do just to kind of finish off and make this a super cute panel that I can use on a card, I'm going to add a little bit of sky, and I'm going to take the Tumbled Glass Distress Oxide ink on one of my blending brushes, and I'm going to start out heavy-handed at the top, so you can see where I've started heavier-handed there to the far right, and I'm blending that color down to almost white or nothing as it gets closer into the grass. And that's just going to give me kind of a cloudy sky blue area. And then that's the perfect little nesting place for a great sentiment or some new images for spring and summertime. So I'm going to go darken up the edges here with that tumbled glass, and then you can see that is all done. I kind of like how the ink looks like wispy clouds, and so I'm going to set that aside, and then I'm going to do kind of a different grassy hillside border this time. Okay, so this time instead of using that gentle slope, I'm going to use one of the really kind of curvy hills here. And again, I'm starting up on the stencil and then pulling that ink down onto the paper. I'm going to flip my stencil around to a different looking hill. And again, I'm going to start up there on those blades of grass, up on that stencil, and then I'm going to pull the color down onto the paper. Now, when adding extra little hills and extra little grasses, I can kind of take my blending brush and do kind of tiny little circles and work it right there into the little nooks and crannies of those blades of grass and kind of get some darker ink into those areas. And you'll see when I pull my stencil up here, you'll see the darker blades of grass there to the bottom, and then the different variations in those little hills there for my panel. So here's a look at both of those. You can see just the gentle slope there I have on the panel on the left, and then the different levels or different hillsides I have on the panel on the right. Again, I'm going to take some tumbled glass and work that into the top side of my piece of paper, making it kind of darker towards the top and the edges, and then it fades to white as I go down towards my grass. Okay, so that's a look at some simple ways to use the grassy stencil. Now let's look at kind of a cool and different way maybe to use just those straight hillside stencils. Here I'm going to do kind of a watery scene. So I am taking my stencil, flipping it all around using all 4 sides, and then I'm using different colors of blue oxide inks. So I use Tumbled Glass on the bottom. This is Speckled Egg. And so I'm just flipping my stencil around, getting different kind of depths and waves in what's going to be kind of a watery scene when it's all finished. So I like to think of ways to kind of use my products and get more use out of everything. So instead of this being just a grassy hillside, I can actually use it for a panel and get the look of water. So you can see how that's looking great there. I'm going to add a little bit of that tumbled glass to the top for my blue sky. And then I'm actually going to take that curved edge or that really slight slope, and I'm going to do just a little bit of either a sunrise or a sunset kind of peeking out from my waves and my water there to the bottom. I'm going to again take one of my blue brushes and kind of blend everything out. And then that was an easy peasy kind of water scene, again using my grass or hillside stencils. So you can see my water panel there to the left, and then my grassy ones to the right. So lots of cool uses with these. I hope that this helps and give you some ideas on just some of the ways that you can use our hillside stencil builders. And I would love to hear in the comments how you like to use yours, or if you have some different techniques. And I'm so glad that you joined me for this hop today. I have a couple of really cool cards to share with you next. The first one is from design team member Vera, and I love how she used the grass here. She has a really subtle background for her little Easter bunny and her Easter basket full of eggs. And then Carol has done a beautiful card using both the straight hill there towards the top and then the grassy border there towards the bottom where the little girl's feet are. Just love that she's used both of those on this card. So again, if you'll check out all the information in the description box below, it's going to tell you exactly where to go for our video hop. I hope you enjoy all of our designers' videos today, and I'll talk to you again next time. Bye bye, and thanks for joining me.